Salute
We
America.
are officially live. I thought about wearing a Puerto Rico jersey.
We all rocking college gear. You got Gary down in Florida rocking Texas Tech. And Andre in Atlanta rocking Indiana. I'm right here in Phoenix and, of course, rocking Arizona State. So, yeah, we're rocking college gear tonight. What's up, world?
We are super excited to join you on this Thursday edition of Talking Sports for the 12th. Man, we always have fun, America. We got a lot of things to recap. Rob is doing awesome with his topics, but he left out the Super Bowl recap, maybe because he thought it was too boring. But that's okay. That's okay. We're still going to do some.
That's old news. It's 4 days old now.
Hey, it's not for our listeners. It's not for Jill.
Jill is super excited. Shout out to Jill. Shout out to Kim, my one of my teammates as well. Shout out to my cousin Jocelyn. Happy birthday! It's her birthday today, so shout out to her. Hope she's having fun. She is in the Portland area, so a lot of love for. Well, actually, she's in Washington now, but she was in Portland, but she traveled. It's all good. A lot of love. So this is what we do, man. Let's have some fun. Obviously, America, JQ is going to be joining us pretty soon, but let's get this party started as we always like to do. We're going to go around the horn. Check in with the fellas, starting with you, Mr. Robert. How you feeling this evening, sir?
Hey, man, I'm ready to let's do this thing, man. Have some serious ribs with some collard greens. Ooh-wee. Let's get this party started. I'm in good shape.
Let's go. We got Richard showing as well. Thank you, Richard. Good evening as well to you, sir. Appreciate you. And Mr. Gary, how are you feeling this evening, sir?
Hey, I'm feeling good. I'm ready to get this show going, and we got some topics. Rob left one out, but I want to start off with saying congratulations to the Seattle Seahawks, the 12s all over the world, all over the Northwest. They were rocking the house, and Seattle, they came to play on both sides of the ball, and they did what they needed to do. They got themselves another ring.
Yeah, congratulations to the Seahawks and the Pacific Northwest. And a hell of a season this year. And look, you got to give their general manager, John Schneider, a lot of credit. They went out and got Sam Darnold, made the midseason trade for Rashid Shaheed. Their defense was phenomenal in that game. And, it wasn't a great game. It was kind of a boring game overall. But credit to the Seattle Seahawks. And look, this Seattle team, I said it time and time again, they make big plays on defense and special teams that lead to points. And the percentages of teams that get big plays on special teams and defense or get scoring points on special team and defense goes up tremendously, right? And that's what Seattle thrived on all year. Every game they seem to get a big play on defense and special teams that lead to points. I mean, they got sack, fumble, running back for touchdown. And the percentages go up tremendously when teams have a big play on defense and special teams like that.
And Sam Darnold's a Super Bowl champion. Can you believe that, JQ?
You know what I can't believe?
Is
why this after still rocking Indiana stuff 4 weeks later.
Let's go! Let's go!
What are you wearing tonight?
This is my lookouts, my Chattanooga Lookouts hat from Triple A team for the Reds, and my Reds ones because I was gonna always wear, but now we just gonna wear Indiana shit all the time.
I don't know how to act, JQ.
Cincinnati Reds making their way down here to I'm in Phoenix. They're making their way down here to Arizona for spring training.
Don't get me started. That's a whole nother rant. We live east of the Mississippi. Why are we doing spring training in Phoenix?
We got them started.
He's starting early.
So
nice.
to be
watch the Reds this year. They could be a sleeper in the NL Central.
Don't talk about it.
Hunter Green, Dela Cruz. I think Milwaukee's gonna fall off a little bit. I think the Cubs can fall off a little bit. They lost
my next jersey, Reds jersey.
Yeah. I think I'm not ready to say they're gonna win it, but it could be a sleeper to win it for sure.
Wait, time out, America. What is going on? You got a Texas Tech baseball jersey, you got Arizona State, and you got Indiana. Is this bizarre world? Like, did I not get the memo that we should just supposed to go pick some random shit and put it on?
That's right.
Hey, it's a good way to get our viewership up.
Hey,
There you go.
Something else then. Y'all go ahead. Super Bowl, I was wrong, and I own it. I'm gonna say that before I go. I was wrong.
You gotta look at the camera saying, JQ.
Look at the camera.
I didn't know they was not going to even be able to block a 4-man rush. That's wild. I didn't see that coming. We're gonna have a conversation about Josh McDaniel too. If we're gonna talk about Bill Belichick without Tom Brady, we're going to talk about Josh McDaniel without Tom Brady as well. Because, bro, at what point do you not put a tight end or a running back or chip him? Do something. You're just getting that man lined up for no reason on a 4-man rush. So bad. But yeah, I'm gonna go find me a random jersey. I'm gonna put it on.
Come take your medicine, JQ.
Come back with a Toronto Blue Jays jersey, JQ.
Come take your medicine, JQ. Hey, while JQ getting that jersey, we're gonna talk really quickly how to find this, how to follow us, all that fun stuff. We are in a couple different places. We appreciate you guys. Obviously, see the little scroll. Obviously, Dre, JQ, Gary, Rob, myself, we're having some fun here. Follow us on a couple pages. We are on Twitter. If you follow us at the number 12. THMEN Sports. We're going to hold on to that 12th Man Sports Twitter handle. Hopefully, the real 12th Man Sports will try to take that from us. I don't know. We'll get paid somewhere or another. And then follow us on our Facebook page, which is where shout out to Rich. He's following us as well on that arena. And sometimes Jill, Duke, all the fun crew. Marcy, hopefully she's joining as well. Gina, everyone. That is literally facebook.com/talking sports. Or if you put in 12th Man Sports, you will find us as well. And last but not least, if you go to YouTube, if you go to another 12th Man Sports, you will find us in that arena as well, man. So a lot of love for that. And let's get Rob back in. What's happening here? Why is Rob dropping? Why'd you drop off, Rob? Was that just something random here? Okay. That's okay.
I'm in my hotel in Phoenix. You say I lost connection for a brief moment.
Look,
what happened?
Hey, you know how I feel running through those areas.
Marcy's like, let's go, Dre. I love it. Yeah, we'll get the comments up. It's kind of weird, man. So I'm kind of checking to see.
Yeah, did you see that message?
Yeah,
from
I see the comments.
I did. Yeah,
okay,
we're trying to get that. It's weird. Like, apparently, sometimes they have like little updates, and I'm hoping that's not the case here because typically we can see your comments, all that fun stuff too. So I'm doing a couple of things just to make sure we can see you guys, and we appreciate you for sure.
Did JQ leave just so we can look at that Ohio State banner?
Probably.
We have a lot of things to talk into. So we're going to literally, Gary, I'm going to let you have your little shine here. You can talk briefly about the Super Bowl if you want, kind of briefly, because Rob left off the topics. I know.
Well, Rob was spot on the Super Bowl with his MVP pick. I watched your feed earlier that you were talking about. It was early in the morning. I don't know what you were doing up at 2:30 in the morning, Rob. But
had to catch an early flight.
Okay, I'll tell you what though, you were spot on. Man, that guy was running the rock, wasn't he? He played well. Of course, I wanted the kicker. Wanted Bad Bunny.
I know. I called both of you guys out on that clip. You heard that?
Yeah, I heard that. No, I thought, of course, a defensive battle to me is not what people want in the Super Bowl, but
Seattle Mariners. All right, bring it, JQ.
Nice.
Since I didn't pick them, I'm gonna go get my Griffey Mariners jersey and my All-Star Seattle hat for y'all. Let's go.
Nice. We're just finishing up talking about the.
I see the comments down at the bottom now. I see.
I got it.
Say, "Let's go, Dre."
Let's go.
Okay, good. There we go. Hey, wow, that's kind of a different take on that. I like that.
I'm playing this. I'm trying to figure out what's happening with this too. So it's all good. There was an update, so just bear with me, everyone. So anytime I put comment, we'll post it up for you guys for sure. But yeah, go ahead, JQ.
JQ, you got anything to say on the Super Bowl? Did you enjoy it? Was it everything you wanted it to be? The halftime show, whatever.
So I don't know if I should share this. Okay, I'm gonna do it. So I was in Tallahassee, and because my daughter.
Sorry to hear that.
I'm easy killer. I was down to visit fam, taking my daughter to go see FAMU. So we were down there for Sunday for the Super Bowl. So we watched the first half of BJ's. I don't know if anybody knows what that is. It's a brewery restaurant. Yeah, but I don't know if everybody gets it across America. Man, listen. So we get back to this hotel, and these chicks don't know how to make a drink. They don't even know what a blue moon is. I mean, they're terrible. They're They're awful. One works to Florida State, one goes to Florida State, one goes to FAMU. So we're sitting here trying to watch this awful Super Bowl because it was awful in the first half. Let's just call it what it was. That was awful to watch aesthetically. And then they shut the bar down. So, I've been driving all day. I send the girls upstairs to go, into the room. We watch Bad Bunny. I'm like, I can go find me a bar to go watch with other people. I didn't drove all day. I earned that. I walked down the block. Mind you, we're in college town. I walked down the block and walk into this thing, and before I even see it, the weed smoke just hit me. I said, what did I just walk into? I walked into there, and it's just mayhem. Listen, I have never really felt all of these 48, soon to be 49 years in my life. I took 7 steps into this place and turned around and walked back to the hotel and just like, hey, this let me have another crowd in the beer. I guess this is where I'm watching the rest of it. So yeah, that was my Super Bowl experience this past Sunday. I was like, that's fitting for how ridiculous this game was.
Man, well, good defense, good play. Like we said, we kept saying how Drake May got lucky. I like Drake May. I don't like the Patriots, but whatever. That's just because of the Falcons' history here. But like we talked about, they kept saying how we're starting 2 rookies on the left side. Seattle's getting paid too, so they're like, "Oh, okay, you're gonna start 2 rookies on the left side. This is what we're gonna do.
Yeah, that New England offensive line was trash. And look,
oh man, come on,
left tackle, top 5 pick, went to LSU, but he was horrible.
They didn't make any adjustments either.
Yeah,
they made no adjustments to that.
That's so you kind of got that.
That's where they lost me with the no adjustments. When they kept sending the safety blitz on that left side, at some point you got to keep the back end, a tight end. You got to chip them. You got to do something if you're Josh McDaniel. That's probably on him too, because you just can't keep letting your quarterback get beat with the same blitz.
Yeah,
that's coaching.
Yeah.
That's all that was is coaching.
I mean, he sent Weatherspoon about 11 or 15 times on that game, man.
Out the same spot. It when they moved him out, he was moving out the same side, that left side, and he was wearing them out.
Guess what? I'm coming again. Like, there's no way he's gonna come. There's no way this is gonna happen again. There's no way it's gonna happen again. Oh, that happened again. Look, wait a minute. I'm gonna line it right here. They can figure me out. Oh, there was a skit called Front Hand Backhand on Key and Peele. That's what that reminded me of. There's like front hand, backhand. He just kept slapping the dude, man. It's like, you gotta let me keep doing this? I'm gonna keep doing it.
Dan Smith, BYU.
That was hilarious. There you go. All right, let's get to some topics here. Rob, mock draft. We're gonna talk about the mock draft. This is a great question that we can pose to the group. Will Mendoza be the only quarterback taken in the first round? And obviously, we're gonna piggyback on that because the Raiders obviously named Klint Kubiak as the head coach, which it wasn't a surprise from that perspective. And unless the Jets give up like a sage draft and try to trade the mama, the daddy, and go to number 1, it does appear that Mendoza will be the number 1 pick. But Rob, you can talk a little bit more about the mock draft, and kind of we again want to emphasize what some positions that are deep going into this draft for 2026. And obviously we're talking about some NIL stuff. And again, I said it's good for the league and everything like that. But get your thoughts on this upcoming NFL mock draft.
Yeah. I'll talk about the top 10 and our teams. And to answer your question, as far as number 1, are we going to have more than 1 QB in the first round? I'm going to say yes. We're going to have 2. I think Ty Simpson still goes in the first round. I think he's mid to late first, though. I think he's in play at 16 to the Jets. Could be possibly in play with Minnesota there. It could be in play with the Steelers at 21 too.
Yeah.
So I think he's somewhere in that ballpark at the quarterback position. So I'm going to say we got 2 quarterbacks that go in the first round, and that's it. This is just it's not a great free agency class at the quarterback position. It's not a great draft at the quarterback position either, right? As far as positions that I like, I think the cornerback position and the wide receiver positions and the edge rush positions are extremely deep. I think the offensive line, too, has got a lot of depth here in this draft. But Mendoza's still number 1, no change there. Orville Reese, no change there. Still going number 2 to the Jets. Obviously, the Jets would like a quarterback here, but like I said, it might be in play for Ty Simpson with their second first-round pick. at 16. So here you draft the best defensive player in the draft to give you some versatility. Ruben Bain Jr., still have him at number 3, going to Miami. I know last week I made the comparison to Will Smith. That's who he kind of reminds me of with those short arms. Number 4, I got Francis McGowan, offensive tackle from Miami. So back-to-back Hurricanes at 3 and 4. So I got him going to Tennessee. Give Cam Ward some extra protection. David Bailey, edge rusher, Texas Tech, probably more the prototype edge rusher, 6'6", 265, 270. Got him going number 5. The Browns, Spencer Fanu. We don't know who the quarterback's going to be, but they need some help on that O-line. Spencer Fanu, offensive tackle from Utah. A guy that's possibly climbing the draft, Mekhi Lemon, wide receiver. A lot of pro scouts think he could be an Almon St. Brown, wide receiver from USC. Got him going to number 7 to give Jaden Daniels an extra weapon to Washington. My Saints at number 8, Kellen Moore looking for what's the running back name with the Eagles? Why am I drawing a blank here?
Saquon Barkley.
So he's looking for his running back. Jeremiah Love, running back, Notre Dame, home run threat, great speed, can catch the ball out of the backfield. Elvin Kamara is 31 years old. So you need to get younger at that position. So got him going number 8 to the Saints. Kansas City need another weapon for Patrick Mahomes. Got him going Jordan Tyson, wide receiver, Arizona State, 6'2", 200.
Wow.
Great athlete. This guy can jump out of the gym. He's got good speed. He's got some injury concerns, so he's going to have to come back clean on the medicals. But right now, got him going number 9. And the Bengals at number 10. One of the better cornerbacks in the draft, Mansour Delane, LSU, was a lockdown corner. Like I said, one of the better cornerbacks in this draft. The cornerback position, as I mentioned earlier, is really deep as well. I'll skip around. I got Dallas taking Caleb Downs, safety at Ohio State, at the number 12 position. Extremely smart player. And it's going to come down to if a team wants to draft a safety this high, right? He's an extremely cerebral player, really smart player. He can play in a slot. But obviously, if you can get a corner or edge, those are just more valuable positions. So it's going to come. I can see Caleb going as high as 5. I can see him going as low as 15 to 16.
He going number 10 in Cincinnati.
That's what you want, right?
No, the metrics saying. Have you looked at the Bengals safety play? Go ahead. The Bengals safety play is awful.
Yeah. But hey, if you can get a lockdown corner, he could very well go number 10. I've had him mocked to Cincinnati several times. I wouldn't be surprised if that happens.
He was like, you better bet somebody.
I have him at number 12 in this particular mock. I got Dallas taking Caden Proctor, offensive lineman from Alabama, at number 20. Big dude, 6'7", 360-some pounds.
Ooh.
He's a mammoth run blocker, right?
Yeah,
he can play tackle or guard. I got him playing guard right now. But he's a better run blocker than he is a pass blocker. But he's a mammoth, man. He's a mauler. So I got him playing on the inside right now. I'll go to our teams in the second round real quick. I got the Bengals taking Chase Bisantis, offensive guard from Texas Tech. Another big dude, about 6'5", 315 pounds. Can play in the interior. I got the Saints, man. We need weapons. We had the lowest scoring offense in the NFC South last year. It got better at the end of the year with Tyler Shook, but the guy that's gone Omar Cooper Jr., wide receiver
Indiana.
from Indiana,
Cool.
in the second round for the Saints. I got the Falcons taking Chris Bell, wide receiver from Louisville. He's coming off a torn ACL, but when he's healthy, man, he converts third downs, man, with his size, 6'2", over 200 pounds. So he might be a little patient with him coming off that injury, but he's definitely could be well worth the wait. And then in the third round, let's see, I got the Bengals taking Caden Curry, edge rusher from Ohio State. Had 11 sacks this past year. High motor player, not the best of athletes, but he's got a high motor, plays at a high end. That's why he's going to go in the third round. And hey, I just said it, the Saints need more weapons. I got to take it Maxx Clare, tight end from Ohio State.
This guy.
Running back, wide receiver, tight end in the 3 rounds there. And then I got the Falcons taking Demetrius Cronover, offensive tackle, Texas A&M. Another big dude, like 6'6", over 350 pounds. got long arms, and really good pass protector. And he's still learning the position. They moved him to the offensive line like a couple years ago. So these guys got a lot of growth potential there.
Hey, Rob, who did you have the Steelers taking in the first round?
Shit, I hope they don't turn their pick in.
So what?
Sorry.
Who did you have for the Steelers taking in?
He's messing with Richard. Shout out to Jason as well. Who do you have the Steelers taking? That's what Richard was asking.
I'm pulling it up here. I got the Steelers taking Averion Terrell, cornerback Clemson.
There you go.
They got to
AJ's
get
brother.
younger on defense. The Steelers getting old on defense.
Can I ask you a question? Because now I think you dropped Carnell Tate to the third wide receiver being taken in the first round?
Yes, I do. I got him going to Miami at 11.
Wow. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if I'm Carnell Tate, I wouldn't be mad at that.
Yeah. Good stuff. I mean, obviously, we all have our, thoughts as far as that. We appreciate you, Rob, putting these mock drafts out early. Gives us the time to, digest things. And who knows what's going to happen as far as some trades that are going down. I'm hoping that, again, the Falcons, we do some trade downs and pick up some more picks. When we have 5, we're still being haunted as always. But and like you said,
Still 2.5 months away. So we got pro days, combines, lots going to change.
Smoke and mirror stuff. I mean, you got so many things happening too. So free agency has to occur too. So, we'll have to keep an eye as far as that as well too. So, I mean, good stuff. Let's talk about a couple things here. Some 5 teams that can take a step back this season. And this is, Rob, I guess, were you talking about playoffs or just in general? Because I know I was kind of
just 5 teams that's not going to be as good as they were this past year.
I got you. That's what I was thinking too. So, I mean, obviously, JQ, you'll love this because, I think the Steelers can take a step back, because, we don't know what's happening with their quarterback right now. And losing Mike Tomlin is huge. So, apologies, Rich. We don't know what's happening with that.
And the Patriots.
I put
Patriots on my list too.
Yeah, I got the Colts because of what's happening to Daniel Jones because, he, they lost out to, him, his ACL. I got the Texans taking a step back too. Sorry, man. I just think that, again,
I don't think so.
I don't know, man.
I just think that defense is too good.
I think CJ Stroud's gonna do some things, man. He's got to prove some stuff, man. But that's
I can see that happening.
Yeah. This is what I think with the Texans. That defense is so good, and if they add some more offensive weapons and offensive line help there, even if CJ doesn't cut it, Davis Mills played really well last year.
Davis Mills ain't playing.
But what I'm saying is, if
Davis Mills
CJ
ain't
doesn't
playing.
cut it early in the season, I think they beat CJ.
If Davis Mills plays, different conversation. Right now, CJ's got it's a mental thing now. I'm just saying. This is just me being Dre, just being vindictive. I put the Panthers on there because I'm like, man, Panthers, y'all about to suck it, man. And then, but obviously,
I think the Panthers are gonna be about the same.
Yeah, well, it's gonna be interesting.
I think so too.
And I put the Vikings down too because I don't know what's happening with that too, as far as with the quarterback play too as well too. But again,
you feel like the Vikings went 9-8 this year, even with their quarterback play.
Yeah.
They got a good roster, which Rob was so shocked they fired their GM. But when you mess up the quarterback,
you got to get the quarterback right. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, again, this is everyone can kind of put your thoughts because I was thinking, Rob, like again, I don't know if you're talking about just in general or playoff teams because I kind of was thinking from that perspective too. But yeah,
I got some of the same teams. You talked about the Patriots.
Yeah,
I'm going to say the Seahawks take a fall. They're not going to repeat as the Super Bowl champions. I think they're still a playoff team, but I don't think they're going to be a Super Bowl champion. So I think they take a slight drop just because, the law of averages. I don't see them being the same team, so it's easy for them to fall off a little bit, right? The Dolphins were 7-10 this year. I think they fall off even more. And the reason why I say that, we don't know what the quarterback position looked like. Right,
yes,
it looks like they don't want Tua to be the starter anymore, and there's the free agency quarterback position doesn't look strong, the draft doesn't look strong, and if you don't have the number 1 pick in the draft, unless they reach for Ty Simpson at number 11, right? So I think their team, another team to me is I think going to fall off again this year is the Eagles.
Yeah, and, I thought about them too.
A.J. Brown, I don't think is the answer, and I think it's going to be tough for them to replace him, right? So I could see them falling off a little bit as well. And JQ and Andre is probably not going to like this one, but I think the Falcons are going to fall off a bit. Who's going to play quarterback? right? I think they're getting rid of Kirk Cousins. They're not going to have Michael Penix Jr.
He said
So
Michael
who's
said he's
be
going to be ready week
quarterback?
1.
So what?
Michael Penix said he's going to be ready week 1.
Yeah, but is he going to be really ready to play week 1 or coming off a torn ACL?
Well, since you know how to come back from a torn ACL, since this is his third or fourth surgery. So if anybody knows how to rehab it, he does.
Mm-hmm.
I think that we're gonna have a
Then the James Pierce Jr. situation.
Yeah, his aim.
That one's rough. I think we're gonna have a veteran guy, to kind of hold it steady.
What about the Rams? What do you think about the Rams, Rob?
He's quickly talking about my team over here. Okay, I see you.
I think the Rams. I think the Rams might be slightly better.
I think the Rams are going to do what they always do: is either trade to go get somebody or smartly pick. They know the secondary is what cost them.
Yeah.
I think the Rams are going to be who the Rams are. Honestly, do we really think Jacksonville's going to have the same year they had last year?
I thought about that too. They're ascending. They're ascending, but you don't trust Trevor Lawrence, though, do you?
But the reason why I didn't have Jacksonville on that list too, because they're still going to be getting Travis Hunter back next year. Yeah, how much of a difference he's going to make next year if he's healthy.
That's true, but at that schedule, I think it's going to get a slightly harder because they didn't win the division, right? They are second though, where I think they were third or fourth year before, so they had a lighter schedule this year. I don't know. I just don't know. I don't. You're right. I'm just going to say it out loud with my chest. I don't believe in Trevor Lawrence. I don't.
Yeah.
We know yours. America, he didn't believe in Sam Darnold either.
Well, it takes more than one season.
I'm not the only one.
JQ's from Missouri. You got to show him.
You got to show me.
Number show me, State.
Yeah, just to say, like I said, JQ, I read about that with Michael. He's pretty determined. I just don't think with Penix. I just don't think. I think we have to have a veteran guy to hold the ship, man, because it's kind of playoff or bust, man. So I think even though Penix is the dude that they have to have somebody that's a veteran to kind of come in and just kind of hold the ship because we got to make the playoffs, man.
Well, you got to get Joe Flacco on for him. He can start.
That's what I'm saying. Is it somebody like that? Unless they do something crazy like make some trade. There's been a lot of talk. I'm not going to put it out there yet, but we don't know what's going to happen in free agency but we don't have enough picks right now to do that unless you get trade, Kyle Pitts or something like that, which I know there's some.
You can't trade Kyle Pitts for no quarterback. Anybody trade Kyle Pitts?
No, not a quarterback for a draft pick, JQ. That's what I'm saying.
Kyle Pitts is a free agent. You got to sign him first before you
trade.
trade.
Talking about there's sign and trade options. I'm saying that's what like a lot of stuff.
Anybody signed and traded for Kyle Pitts?
No one's doing.
They could probably get a 5th round pick for him.
Well, he's not even signed.
That's the quarterback you're going to talk about bringing into play? The 5th round pick?
No.
They're not even signing him to trade him. They'll just let him go for that.
I'm just talking about the amassing picks in general. That's what I'm talking about. But I'm saying, there's a lot of delusion out there too. It's fun to listen.
I tell you like this though. I saw what happened with Trinidad Chambers. I don't think he's gonna win. I think the NCAA is gonna appeal and they're gonna win.
That's funny. That's funny too.
Listen,
it
happened with Bruce Claret.
Yeah,
he won.
Yeah,
and they appealed and they won. Yeah, and he lost his eligibility, and that's part of the reason why he never really made it because he was just out there in the ether.
If Chambliss is in this draft, I think he can go in the 2nd round. I think he's going to climb.
I think he's going to go in the 1st round if he's in this draft.
What?
I'm not quite ready for that yet, but I think he's going to 2nd round.
Whoa! Before y'all start attacking me, how many conversations did we? No, I'm just saying. How many conversations did we had in February? And Rob will tell you the thing I say all the time is quarterbacks always artificially rise, especially when there's a void in the quarterback market. If he loses this to the NCAA, he comes out, he goes in the 1st round, bro.
I'm not attacking you. I'm just saying, we always talk about they always artificially rise.
No, last year we only had 2 quarterbacks going in the 1st round. Cam Ward, Jackson Dart. I think we're in the same ballpark this year as we were last year.
But listen, the reason also why I say that is that I don't think Dante Moore should have been the 2nd pick in the draft. But if Dante Moore had came out, he was probably going to the Jets at 2.
Yeah, he would have.
Yeah. So you mean to tell me that Chambliss isn't somewhere in the neighborhood where he can't go 23rd? If somebody moves back into the bottom part of the 1st round like they did for Lamar Jackson, like it happens all the time.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's teams out there that are quarterback needy. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. It's all about, it's definitely supply and demand. Let's do a
I
quick
definitely
redraft
think he
here.
comes back to college next year. He's in a conversation for first rounder next year for sure.
I do. I just don't believe the NCAA is just going to say, "Hey, the court said you can come back, so we ain't going to challenge it." That's just not how the NCAA is. They're vindictive.
Yep.
We're going to talk quickly about the redraft, but just want to, there's some news, Gary, that the Cowboys are going to franchise tag George Pickens. I don't know if you were excited about that, happy about that, or what.
I think it's a smart move to franchise tag him 1 year. Absolutely.
Okay.
Let's see what he does. He had or maybe even 2 years. You're right. But at least the 1 year, let's see his attitude. Let's see if he takes plays off. Let's see if because he did this year. There were times when he just went through the motions out there when the ball wasn't going to him. And it was obvious that the ball wasn't going to him because he's going half speed.
There it is.
So I don't like that shit. So great talent. Let's see if he can get his head out of his ass.
There you go.
My thing was once you trade Parsons, and you've already locked up CD and Dak, who else is going to be the franchise tag candidate? You're going to pay him that money anyway if you sign him to a long year deal. So you can franchise him 2 years in a row, and you're going to end up paying him probably maybe slightly less than what he wants. So
$23 million, something crazy like that. What's the latest with Maxx Crosby, Rob?
Maxx Crosby, all indications are he wants to be out of, I was about to say Oakland, Las Vegas, right?
Most people do. Sorry.
Yeah. I mean, if he is traded, I can see the Eagles getting in that conversation. I can see the Patriots getting in that conversation. I think a team that desperately needs him is Buffalo Bills, right? To kind of help them.
They need some wide receiver help, man.
Cowboys will be in that conversation.
49ers. I think the Bears.
Everybody. The Bengals.
Yeah. Losing Trey Henderson is free agent, right? Was he free?
The Bears
walk if I get Maxx Crosby.
But it was smoke and mirrors. The Bears need some players on that defense too.
Yep.
Half the league would love to have Maxx Crosby.
Yeah, but I think those will be some of the favorites if he does get traded.
Yeah.
This was a pretty and JQ, we're gonna let you get to U.S. hockey and routing Latvia as well too. That's I want to get you to talk about that too. But really quickly, I like this topic, Rob. We had a 2025 redraft, which is pretty interesting, right? And there was, whenever I was looking this up for the show and show prep, there was a lot of interesting, picks, if you will. I would say 90% of the time, everyone still had Cam Ward going number one. There was one source that had a weird situation where they had Jackson Dart going number one. I was like, what the hell? But other than that, it was pretty interesting as far as the draft. And I let I don't know if there's anything that kind of stood out to you guys. The one that had Jackson Dart going number 3, they had an interesting one, JQ, for you, where they had Nick Emmanwori going to the Bengals, believe it or not. Just imagine how he would have played with you guys number 17. Talk about a stud at safety, kind of a just a hybrid player. That was an interesting one that I saw, if you will, too. And a lot of things. I saw Mbeka going to the Bengals, the Patriots. They had Will Campbell dropping a little bit, but it was interesting to see what was happening as far as a couple of those drafts. They had Xavier Watts going higher, and they also had us not getting James Pierce and or Jalen Walker, which I thought was up in a couple of those drafts too. But if James Pierce goes, we don't get him. We don't trade our pick. Whole other conversation too. But anything interesting for those redrafts that you guys saw out there?
Well, this is my redraft. I don't care about those other guys.
All right.
But my redraft, and I'm not gonna say I don't care. I did see what some other people said, but I think the one that came closest to my redraft is Todd McShay. Who has his own service now. He's not on ESPN or anything like that anymore.
Good for him.
Yeah. But I'm going to top 5. I actually got Tennessee taking Tyler Shough.
Yeah, I saw that too.
Best rookie quarterback at the end of the season. And he didn't even play the entire season, and he finished number 2 in the Rookie of the Year voting behind Tatteroa McMillan. And he won the Pepsi Rookie of the Year award, and he only played half the season. So he was definitely the best rookie quarterback at the end of the year. So I got Cincinnati going with Tyler Shough. I got Jacksonville taking Tyler Booker, offensive lineman who the Cowboys drafted at 12. Booker was probably one of the best rookie offensive linemen in the league last year. So I got him going number 2. He can play guard or tackle. So I have Jacksonville taking him at 2. I got the Giants taking Jackson Dart at 3 as opposed to late in the first round. So I got Giants taking Jackson Dart at number 3. I got New England taking Kelvin Banks Jr. from Texas, who the Saints got at number 9. He was the second best rookie offensive lineman this year, and over the Campbell from LSU. All right, so I got New England taking Kelvin Banks Jr. At left tackle. Then I got Cleveland at 5 taking Cam Ward, who also played better at the end of the year, right?
Yeah.
Is that him? Is that Rob? Where's Rob at?
Rob is
Well as Shook, but he also played well at but they played against.
Rob, we missed a little bit of that. You want to finish the last couple of sentences?
What was the last thing y'all heard me say?
I don't know.
What number was you on?
Number 4. Number 4.
I had number 4. I had New England taking Kelvin Banks Jr., offensive tackle from Texas, instead of Campbell.
Yes, whenever you start talking about LSU, it freezes because it knows.
Yeah, right. I know.
Yeah, it's all good.
I think
He's the second best rookie offensive lineman in the league, at number 5.
Yeah,
it's like a loser.
all good. Hey, anything else you would? We can hear
Yeah.
you.
we can now. Every time you start talking about LSU,
It goes.
Andre's got a little button. He starts muting you out a little bit, and he starts. Love it, Andre.
Don't say that.
What a great
Don't
feature.
say that, man. Don't say that. Do not say that. That's hilarious.
It's just beautiful.
Anything else you want to add to that, guys? Or I mean,
Yeah, no, the Cincinnati one because you don't take a dude that only had like 4 sacks in his college career at 17.
man,
So
and that was terrible. That was terrible, man. That one right there. Rob, man, that just started out bad, JQ. Whenever he was kind of holding out, and we had questions. I mean, I was scared the Falcons were going to take him. Honestly, I'm like, yeah, I just didn't like that move, man. He had all the measurables, but he just didn't. There was no production, man. Unless just that's a tough call, man. But if he would have, Emmett Ward, I don't know. I forgot where was Emmett Ward drafted in the what was he like a little later on in the first round for Seattle? If you would have had him, that would have made a huge
changes a lot. If he stays healthy for Cincinnati.
difference.
I think Cincinnati had like I know they did. They Jordan Battle from Alabama was ranked like 68th out of 82 safeties, and Geno Stone was like 89, like 81 of 89. I said, good Lord, have mercy. And those were our 2 starting safeties all year.
Yeah, they had in a couple redrafts. That's crazy. In a couple redrafts, they had Xavier Watts going like 7 to like the Jets or excuse me, the Jets. I mean, that was crazy how high he went. I don't even know what dropped this far, man. So we got lucky getting him the 3rd round, man. That was a steal, I still think. But we'll get Rob to come back, if you will, too. Really quickly, I'm gonna let you talk about the U.S. route and Latvia, since you're our resident hockey guy too. So go ahead with that, JQ.
Well, no, yeah, I was watching it earlier today while I was working. Latvia is just not going to be at the same level as a U.S. or a Canada. I think it's Sweden. Yeah. But
go ahead. He muted. Go ahead.
Listen, it was a family affair today. The Hughes brothers and the Kachuk brothers both had 2 points apiece. Nelson had 2 goals. They just outclassed Latvia today. They just did what they wanted to today. Latvia pulled their goalie in after 2 periods because that second period they just went nuts on Latvia.
It's good.
Yeah. So I think you can pretty much put them into the round robin piece of it. But I'm interested to see if U.S. and Canada line up again. What happens?
Interesting. Yeah. And last thing.
The U.S. women's hockey team is destroying people.
Yeah,
to Richard's point, they're murdering people. They murdered Canada. Like they murdered Canada.
Did you watch the U.S. women's hockey? Look at Rich. He's trying to add a little something.
Yeah, no, I did. And
nice.
They beat the brakes off Canada. It was
nice.
4-0, 5-0. Like it was bad.
Wow, there it is. I'm just gonna say
that is our best chance to win gold since 1990 for the men's hockey team.
There you go.
We'll see what happens.
They got a squad. Jake Eichel, and then now listen, they got a good team, but Canada's always going to be a problem.
Yeah, this Canada's it's just interesting. And then what I do like is because again you talk about the fourth lines and just how they're like you have to suck it up, man. You're not gonna be in that first line. So again, if you're on the fourth line, I was reading about the articles and you can't be pouting about it. You're like, hey, I'm on the line, man. I'm here to do what I got to do for the sake of for the country too. So that was pretty cool how I was reading about that too. So let's talk really quickly about.
Look at you talking about the fourth line.
What? I know about stuff, man. I'm all about this, man. I got a little something on that, man. I be following some stuff. Like I said, I told you I was a fan of the Buffalo Sabres. Dominic Hasek, that was my dude, man, back in the day, man.
Wow.
You're
so random. You are so random. Dominic Hasek, you got an Indiana shirt on and a Virginia Tech helmet behind you. I can't with you.
Let's go, man. That's all up, man. I travel a lot.
He's a James Franklin fan.
No, I am not. No, I am not. No, I am not. So let's talk about.
Yeah, the Buffalo Sabres were playing some good. I mean, they were at the bottom of the division, and at one point they had won like 12, 13 games in a row this year. So they've been playing some good hockey. They're about 8 points behind the Tampa Bay Lightning.
Back in the day, the Oilers had a great style. I love the style back of the Oilers. They were just free.
You're Tampa Bay Lightning, huh?
Yeah, but all good.
Yeah, when you're Edmonton, you got Gretzky and like they had a squad.
Yeah. that's right. That's right. It's all about winning. Let's talk about this. All right, before I get distracted here, because I want to get through these topics here. So I want to get your thoughts on the new All-Star format. You've got you've kind of got them divided, and things haven't worked. You had, the team LeBron, the team Curry, the team Giannis, and so now you've got this kind of new team. You've got the U.S. Stars, you got the USA Stripes, and you got Team World. So you've got this split, and then you've got the Stars versus the World in Game 1. You got the Stripes versus the Game 1 winner. You got the Stripes versus the Game 1 loser, and then you have Game 4 as a championship. So the two teams with the best records will advance to the championship game. If all teams finish the round robin with the 1-1 record, the team with the highest point differential will play for the title. I don't know, Rob, if you want to go over the actual, who's on each of the squads, but is this interesting to you guys? Do you care? I mean, what the hell?
Nope.
Or it's just like this has been kind of a shit show ever since
the NBA is losing. They're losing viewers.
They're trying everything.
And they're just they're trying everything to boost it up, but this just isn't it. It really isn't.
Well, I'm an NBA fan, and the NBA All-Star Game was always my favorite growing up. So I'm intrigued by it to see what happens with it. I'll be watching it, and I'm definitely intrigued by it. Like I said, growing up, the NBA All-Star Game was always my favorite.
Marbles fighting. Come on, man. Come on.
So what?
Rob, you watch marbles if you could, man. Come on, man.
Oh, I'm a sports junkie. I mean, I watched all, but the NBA basketball has always been one of my favorite sports. I mean, growing up, my mom was a huge basketball fan, so I mean, that just got So NBA All-Star was always my favorite growing up. So I know the All-Star Game is I think Major League Baseball All-Star Game is the best right now. But growing up as a kid, the NBA was always my favorite growing up. Now, it definitely has lost some of its luster, but I'm intrigued to see what this format does and see what happens. It doesn't hurt to try and see what happens, but I think the NBA's got the best athletes in the world, and so I'm definitely intrigued to see what happens for sure.
Terrible. East versus West, man.
Thank you.
I'm staying off my lawn.
Versus West.
Hey, the National Hockey League went to this format where we had these different countries and stuff playing like that, and I thought it boosted some of what they were doing. Even got me intrigued in it, right? So it's something different. You see what happens. I think the guys are going to be competitive because I don't think the guys are going to want to lose to the team from the world. That's just what I believe. I don't think these USA guys are going to want to lose to the team against the world. So that's just my personal. And the world might be a better team.
It ain't no Mike. Well, it depends if they play because Luka's hurt, so we don't know if you got to have him for part of that.
SGA is not playing. Giannis is not playing. So when you look at the world, Victor Wembanyama might already be one top 2 or 3 players in the game. They got him on the team. They got Towns, Pascal Siakam, Alperen Sengun, Jamal Murray, Nikola Jokic. They got a lot of size. Denny Avia from Portland. Then the USA Stripes don't have Stephen Curry, but they got LeBron James and Kevin Durant, Jaylen Brown, Jalen Brunson, Kawhi Leonard. Wow, that's a good team.
Does Kawhi play? Does Kawhi play? Is he going to play?
Right now, he's playing. Right now, the only one that's not playing on that team is Steph Curry. And then you look at the stars. There's mostly a lot of young guys. Anthony Edwards, Jalen Johnson, Therese Maxey, Chet Holmgren, Jalen Duran. He's suspended 2 games. He'll get suspended from the All-Star game, too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Cade Cunningham, Scotty Barnes. So it looks like the USA Stars is a lot of young players. The USA Stripes is a lot of old guys.
Name. Shout out to Jalen. I'm glad he made it. Let's go for some. Wow, he was doing the Tyrese Maxey. That's a good squad too. That's a good squad. But Rob, just at the end of the day, man, it's just. I mean, I feel like stay off my lawn, man. I'm like, man, East versus West.
Well, the thing of it is, they'll play. They should play harder. That's the one thing I didn't like about the East against the West is. It was all just about scoring 150, 160 points.
Man, they were getting to the point where they were scoring 200 points in All-Star games.
200 points.
Yeah, so it'll be nice to see maybe some defense.
I don't think these guys are going to want to lose to the world. Now, when the USA plays USA, there might be some lax, but my personal opinion, I don't think these guys are going to want to lose to the world team.
No, but this world team, I don't think with the injuries are going to be what they could be. Right. To your point, though, Gary, is that when we grew up, East versus West, I'm with Dre 100%. Just go back to East versus West. It was always for 3 quarters where they gave us the highlights, the alley-oops, all the things. When the 4th quarter, when it was a close game,
they played to win in the 4th.
They played to win for the whole 4th quarter, and that's the only thing that's missing. If they would just take that mindset of we can do all this showboating, shooting from half court, dunking, throwing alley-oops to dudes that we play with in the summer, and you want to do that for the first 3 quarters and get the fans to go ooh and all, fine. But in the 4th quarter, you got to be trying to play to win. That's all. If they played hard defense, and not even NBA Finals hard, just like Summer League hard in the 4th quarter, like I think. Come on, man! I'm not asking them to go out there and tear ACL for the All-Star game. But the 4th quarter, at least try to be like, hey, man, I told you last summer I could shut you down. I'm gonna shut you down in front of everybody. Like that's what we want for at least the 4th quarter and winning time. I think if they did that,
and that's what we saw back in the day, but it hasn't been that way for a while now.
Yeah, and to your point, Richard. Listen, was it Craig Hodges that wasn't in the league that second year for the Bulls that he was in the 3-point contest?
Yeah,
I think he was. So there's a precedent for dudes that are somewhat affiliated with the NBA, but not necessarily on the active roster, being in the 3-point shootout.
I see you, Jill. Yeah, Seattle Supersonics. Yeah, man, that was a squad too, man. We were taking it back, man. Just
looked like the NBA is expanding back to Seattle. Looked like the announcement could be coming any day that they're going to be expanding to Seattle and Vegas. Go to 32 teams.
So which one do you think is going east there, Rob? It's got to either be New Orleans or Memphis. Would be my guess.
Yeah, it's got to be one of those 2 teams for sure.
Yeah.
Just to put a bow on this. And like you were saying, JQ, I mean, it's tough because you want to see like an East player, like, hey, this is how we can team up against the West, and it just kind of adds a little bit more fire to that. Like, I want to see how Durant, lines up against, LeBron or vice versa, or obviously, we'll kind of look at the balance of the squads, man. It's just good to see the East style versus the West style. The West was more like running gun at the time, and the East was like just more physical. Yep. And now, it's a little different. You're like, oh man, go ahead.
I'm not opposed to them going back to the East versus West, but I think they should if they do go back to the East versus West, I think they should make it to like the way baseball does it. Whoever wins gets home field advantage in the finals. Yeah. And
I agree. And it makes them play.
Yeah. Yep. And that way they'll make sure that, especially teams that's in the hunt for, a championship run, they're going to take that seriously in the All-Star game, right? If they do go back to the East-West format, I would do it like they do in Major League Baseball. And I'm not the biggest. I mean, baseball is probably like my third favorite sport, but I do think they have the best All-Star game right now.
They do have the best All-Star game.
They do. To your point, though, Dre, I think for us old heads that like the East versus the West, because it was a conference pride thing, but that's before you had so much movement with your star players that you do now. Like you're looking at LeBron, 4 teams, Kevin Durant, multiple teams, James Harden, multiple teams. Those ones where you play in this one city or maybe just 2. Those days I feel like are just gone now, right? So I don't know if they have the same philosophy that we have about it. Where, like you said, the East was rugged, the West was running gun. Don't bring that running gun junk over here. We're gonna knock you down. And that was a real thing. That was a mindset on the rosters. If they think they're gonna knock us down, you can't knock down what you can't catch or see. That's how the West approach it.
Right.
I just don't know if they have that conference kind of pride and where we say, hey, this is our style versus your style. But I would love to see just go back to being the East versus the West. Just keep it simple. You can do East versus the West as long as y'all play hard in the fourth quarter and play some defense. We will be happy.
That's it. That take a lot, man.
I'm not opposed to it, but like I said, if they do go to that format, make it to where the conference that wins has home field advantage in the finals, a home court advantage, I should say.
Yeah, I agree.
JQ, will you watch this All-Star tournament?
100%. I'm a full-blown junkie too. I'm gonna watch it for no reason.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, we definitely are. We're kind of dating ourselves here because it's like, man, you miss all the nostalgia of the true, dunk contests and stuff like that, and you miss point shooters and stuff like that. So go ahead, Gary.
And what you guys are talking about is these teams in the West. They hated the teams in the East and vice versa. And you'd play a little softer, but not much. Just like maybe in the first quarter of the feeling out stage, and then everybody was just trying to just.
Yeah,
that.
But that's what takes another level because you had, like JQ said, this is our East style, man. You had the Bad Boys, the Pistons, you had you had the Knicks, you had that rugged style. The Pacers, you had some squads back then. Even everyone was like, this is what we do. And the West, they were running up and down. I know we hate the Celtics, so you're like, all right, this is what we're gonna do. And it was and that carried on from the All-Star game through the season, and then through the finals. Like, all right, I remember before All-Star game. You thought you were gonna do some stuff. So all that is it makes it better for the whole league. Now you kind of have to, patty cake each other. Oh, this is some bullshit. Bullshit. I don't see none of this, man. I don't see none of this, man. What the hell is this, man?
If those teams actually play,
against
each other in this new format, I'll be interested. If they actually play, I'll be like, oh, this is good. I'll be into it. But if they do like what they've done the last decade in the All-Star game or more, where it's just.
We always used to say iron sharpens iron, right? So if we say that, the U.S., obviously we're kind of saying we're tops in basketball, which again is getting more global NBA wise. But this is like the true, this is our product, right? USA, East, West, let's go. You're proving each other, again. All right, go ahead, JQ. Iron sharpens iron.
No. I was just waiting. I just wanted you to not move off the topic before I said this. Can we talk about the NBA? Come on, man. I don't put All-Star Saturday night on Valentine's Day. Why are you doing this to us?
Man, do y'all know? Have y'all looked at the date for the Super Bowl next year? It's on Valentine's Day.
Yeah, I'm like, what? Why are we doing this? You go contest with a 3-point shootout on Valentine's night.
This Super Bowl is on Valentine's night next season. I mean,
feels like
the Super Bowl.
Yeah, that's true.
Why they put the Super Bowl on Valentine's night?
But you know why? This is why the NFL can get away with that because the Super Bowl has become almost like a family thing. Like, hey, our family is going to watch it with this family. Like, if you have a family, you generally aren't leaving your family to go watch it at a bar. It's like it's mostly if you're in town, you're watching it together with your family, so you can get away with that. Man, your wife or your girlfriend don't want to watch the slam dunk contest and the 3-point shootout.
The teenagers and the kids gonna watch for sure.
Yeah, but I'm saying us always like, man, listen, that's Hey, let's go get
You try to wreck our marriages? You try to wreck our marriages.
Let's go catch this early bird special so we can go ahead and get dinner off the way at 5:15.
Hey, Ben.
Hey.
I'll be watching it.
Contest?
Thank you. You're talking about early bird specials. That's me right here. Right now.
3 o'clock. Is there a 3 o'clock special right now for dinner? Yes, thank you. I'll take that.
Let's order 2 meals. We're gonna eat one here and take the other one so we can heat it up later while we watch together.
Oh man, so true.
I mean, and just think if you lucked out and one of our teams was in it, right?
Oh man,
one of our team. I mean, you'd be a wreck. It would just be a horrible day.
Oh man,
you don't talk to me. I'm nervous.
Leave me alone. I'm focused. I've got to look at highlights. I'm trying to order flowers and do highlights of the. Hey,
that'd be so bad.
Yes,
wow. You gotta change your shit up.
Oh my goodness. Even Jill had to say so true. Shout out Jill. She's like, so true. Yeah, that was.
Yeah.
we gotta figure this out. All right, let's wrap this up here. Let's talk quickly, Rob. Hopefully you're still on. Definitely kind of sad to see what happened to Caleb Wilson, man. He had a little fractured wrist versus Miami, which they said it's a broken hand. I don't know if it's fractured or what. You guys had the point guard, but Seth was out for a little while too. I think he's coming back too, but we'll see if that's gonna.
Well, Seth Trimble been back.
Is he back? Was he back for a couple weeks? Okay, I don't know. I remember that happening.
He didn't want to hit the big three to beat Duke the other night.
Right, okay, that was on me. I had Seth Trimble. That's right. He's back. Yeah, I was at an event, but yeah, good. So does this affect North Carolina here? I mean, what's happening, man?
Oh yeah, it affects him. I mean, he was the best player.
Talking point. Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, Carolina's done now. They don't have Caleb Wilson. I mean, he's going to be the number 4 pick in the NBA draft, and he was having a big time freshman year. He went toe to toe with Boozer on Saturday night. Probably outplayed Boozer in that game. So this is a huge blow for Carolina. They might still sneak into the tournament, but they're not going anywhere without Caleb Wilson if he's done. And shucks, if he's done, that was his last game in college. Because I mean, like I said, he's going to be a top 5 pick in the NBA draft. I mean, you're talking about 6'9", stud athlete who can score, rebound, defend, block shots. Like I said, he's not going to go no lower than 4 in the NBA draft. So yeah, it's definitely a huge blow for the Tar Heels.
I do want to talk about your boy Keaton Wagler. What? The freshman. Illini basketball's coming back. What? Deron Williams. Come on. What? Let's bring it back. He's putting up big numbers, man.
Man, he's a flat-out scorer.
Stoic assassin, man. I'm calling him, man. I love it, man.
Yeah, he can shoot the rock, man. He can get to the rack. Yeah, he's a flat-out scorer, man. If you look at him, you're like, man, who's this young kid, man? He just look like he's like 12, 13 years old. But, man, he can score. He can score the basketball. And yeah, I mean, Illinois lost the other night. That was a bad loss, too. He lost at home to Wisconsin.
Man. Woo, he had 46 points.
Yeah. And he put up 47 in the game earlier this year. So, I mean, he can put the ball in. His draft stock is climbing. He's going to be a top 10 pick, maybe as high as number 5 or 6. And, man, a lot of debates on this freshman class being the best of all time. I mean, the top 15 picks in the NBA draft are probably 12 or 13 of them going to be freshmen.
Yeah.
It's an extremely talented class.
Where did he come? Because he came out of nowhere, it feels like. I mean, not like nowhere, but it feels like he's been kind of like, just getting a little more confidence. And the next thing you know, he's I started paying attention. I'm like, what? Who's this kid, man? Especially when you never saw how many points he kept doing. And
who else is on that Illinois team too? Peja Stojakovic stunned.
Yeah, but Peja has. Go ahead.
Yeah. Obviously, he's not the best player. I mean, Keaton Wagler is the best player on the team.
Yeah.
But Peja Stojakovic, they got a lot of Eastern Europeans on that Illinois team too. So it's a good team.
Yeah, they said it's better than being that Eastern Bloc. I go to Champaign.
Let's go. All right, gentlemen.
Say what?
So you couldn't go to Champaign. They said it's better than being in that Eastern Bloc. They used to be in cold anyway.
That's true. Gary, JQ, I'll let you guys get some last topics in before we wrap this up too. So anything you want to talk about before we wrap up? Again, I wanted to keep it pretty light tonight, man, because it's been a week, I would say for sure.
Yeah.
But, go ahead.
I got to talk hockey, so I'm good.
Okay. Gary, what you want to talk about, my guy?
Hey, I'm good too. I think the show went well. And Jill, congratulations if you're still on. I don't know if you were on at the beginning of the show, but we did recap the Super Bowl. So congratulations on the Seahawks for the big win. Make sure you tell all the Jays I said hello.
Yeah, we were just talking about how some people thought that was boring, but it was a defensive, battle for sure. The first part, and
I know that was boring, bro.
It was. I'm just saying, but
it was a boring game.
Would you rather the blowout? I mean, you went like kind of back and forth. I mean, it's always interesting to see that as well. Too,
Here's why it was boring. Like I'm okay with somewhat of a defensive game for the Raptors making it close. But once you get to the point where you just are able to rush 4 dudes and the other offensive coordinator is watching you just rush 4 dudes and they make no adjustments, then that's what makes it boring. Because it's like, come on, man. What are we doing? So that's what,
Fair.
to me, brought
that game sent Randall Cunningham to Whole Foods. I ran into Randall Cunningham at Whole Foods in the middle of the Super Bowl.
Look at Joe. Joe said, "Yeah, it was exciting, so exciting. It was boring. Thank goodness for a kicker." Yeah.
Hey, if my team won, if that was my team winning, that game would not have been boring. So
no.
Not at all. Hey, and Jill, I had the kicker as the MVP.
He should have been the MVP. They should talk about that, bro. Because if he misses 3 of those kicks, it's a different game. But if I score 17 to 29, how am I not the MVP?
Yeah, he scored 15. Yeah, 17. You're right. Yeah, with extra points.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Has a kicker ever won an MVP? That's a trivia question because that is a crazy.
I don't think so.
Like, that'd be nuts, man.
If it don't happen in that game, then it ain't never gonna happen.
That's fair. It was just one of those, like I said, it's I don't even like remember the commercials, guys. It was just one of those like
it just seemed like New England was never in the game, and to me the game was not even as close as the score was. I mean,
No.
Yeah, 16 points. It felt like a 20-something, 30-point. Yeah, it don't even seem as close as the score indicated.
I agree with that.
Yeah. Good stuff. All right. Hey, again, we appreciate you guys hanging out with us too, as always, for another edition of Talking Sports the 12th Man. I guess, Rob, let's go ahead and wrap this up, man.
All right. I don't know if we decided on Wednesday or Thursday next week, but we'll be on one of those nights on next week. So stay tuned. We'll be back talking sports with the 12th man. Obviously, we got the NFL offseason, spring training and baseball. We'll be starting the second half of the NBA season here. March Madness around the corner. So we still got a lot to talk about, people. Join us on next week. Good night, people.
Pitchers and catchers this week. Let's go. Baseball is back.
Marcy, Joe, Jason,
Duke,
everyone, Richard, thanks for joining in with us tonight.
100%. Thanks, y'all.
Guys, yes, always have a fantastic weekend. Be good. Valentine's Day, all that fun stuff, guys. We'll see you guys next week.
Early bird special on Saturday.
Do it. NBA, East versus West. And shout out to Naj. Naj was hitting me up too, man. I know he wants to. He misses us too, man. So Naj will check in. I think he wanted me to talk briefly about what's happening with Mark Cuban trying to buy back, but he also was like, put a chance that Bill Simmons is tanking, whatever. So take away his ping pong ball. So that's what he's talking about too. So
yeah, we're gonna talk about taking next week because that's crazy.
Love to have you back on, Naj. We miss you.
Come on through, man. We'll talk soon. All right, gentlemen. Have a great rest of your